On Rosh Hashanah, we are called to hear the sounds of the shofar. The prayer that begins this section in Musaf Shofarot is Baruch Atah Adonai, who listens with compassion to the sounds of the splintered call of your people Israel. Often, when we hear the sounds of the shofar, our minds switch to comparison, judgment, as to shofar sounds we have heard in prior years or prior circumstances, and comparing and judging how they are now compared to how they had been before. But in this moment, I invite you to listen to each sound of the shofar, Tekiya, Shvarim, Chua, and Tekiya Gedolah, and notice with compassion what arises in you, not as an observer, but as a participant. When you hear the call of the shofar, when you hear the individual sounds, many thoughts, feelings, sensations may arise in response to each blast. The sound of human breath, of life, of sadness, loss, brokenness, impermanence, anger, release, hope, alarm, a call to wake up, opportunity. But with each sound of the shofar today, I'm going to first share with you my kavanah, my intention, while I am sounding the blast, and then sound the shofar. And there'll be silence between each sound for you to notice what arises. To prepare you for sounding the shofar and to be aware of your experiences, I first invite you to spend a few moments to notice where you are right now. If you're in a chair, but sit comfortably, but with an upright posture, feet on the floor, hands any way that's comfortable in your lap. Head upright, back upright, but not tense, but just alert in a dignified posture, being prepared to listen. And now, see where you are right now. If you're comfortable, you can close your eyes. And notice any sensations in your body, whether it's warmth or tingling or tenseness or pain, or even the absence of pain that you usually may have. Notice any sounds around you, either in the room or outside the room that you are in. Notice any emotions you may be feeling: anticipation, anxiety, tenseness, joy, happiness. And notice any thoughts. Just notice them passing. And they are what they are. Don't try to change them, whether it's comparing, planning, contrasting, judging. Just notice them. And then if you're comfortable, choose an anchor such as your breath, and spend a few moments focusing on what's happening in the present, the full in-breath and out-breath and the pauses in between. And now gradually let your experience encompass everything around you. The sounds, the feelings, the sensations, the physical sensations. What's happening in the present moment. So this is my kavanah for the three sounds of the shofar. Tekiya, the strong, clear sound that awakens us to what is happening in this moment and can remove the calluses that surround my heart. I realize that I spend most of my time unaware and trying to protect myself from each moment to the suffering and the pain that surrounds me. The call of Tekiya is to wake up, to notice. It's an alarm, take action. But that moment passes, and it challenges me to be aware of the next moment. The wailing of Shvarim with the three sighs and moans and the brokenness of the 9 short blasts of Truah. When I'm in that state of sobbing and brokenness or anger and resentment, the story keeps going on in my head, repeating, if only, if only, if only I did this, if only somebody else did that, if only. It seems that it'll never end. Can I approach this with chesed, with compassion and forgiveness? And this also passes and ends. And the Tekiya Gedolah, the most complicated in my mind, comparative mind, judgmental mind, constant thoughts of my mind, how it's going to compare to last year, how individuals hearing this will judge me. But it's also the sound of hope and strength. And my intention, I know when I sound this, my intention is that this will last forever. It's my full intention, with all my strength, with all my breath, with all my soul, with all my might. I am trying to get this to never end. But I know it will end, and with everything else in life, not necessarily at a time or place that I choose. It could be strong, it could be weak, it could be long, it could be short, it could be wavering. I have no control over what happens after it starts. But I know I'm trying to make it so it doesn't end. And then it does. And hopefully it's followed by another breath. So I'm going to sound each sound of the shofar with time in between for you to be aware of what arises. Tekiya. Shvarim Trua. Tekiya Gedolah. I'm so grateful that I'm able to share this with you. Shana Tova.